Flower where you root. A bunch of this garden's volunteer this year. But we wouldn't have volunteers if we hadn't put the work in and planted a lot over the years. In the deep mulch, the hardest work you're ever going to do is harvest. And because of that, you're going to miss some things. Things are going to ripen and fall, and then you get volunteers. You can do this too. Now that rain we're supposed to get is taking its own sweet time getting here, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up a few things. I was asked why I leave things laying around in the garden. It's so that you can have a reference point to show that this is an actual story and this is an actual garden. And today, it's actually Saturday and is my favorite day of the week because I get to go to you and see what's going on in your garden. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the friends of this channel. Mike and Linda have been good enough to share their journey this year. Mike and Linda's Zone 8 summer crops are thriving. Their okra, their peas look wonderful. That asparagus is pretty fuzzy. Thank you for bringing us along your journey this year. Mike, Linda, your sweet potato patch is taking over. We look forward to seeing the treasures under that deep mulch soil. Mike, Linda, your garden looks amazing. I had to get a ladder. This volunteer is now so tall I can't even reach these beans. And they're producing a ton. While I take a few minutes and pick the rest of these that are too high to get from the ground, let's go ahead and take a look at another one of our friends. Art, you're right, this is a new one on me too. I've never seen an elephant ear flower. That is amazing. I'm glad you caught that and thank you for sharing it with us. Art, that is absolutely amazing. The other thing that's amazing is this came off of a volunteer bean. That's a pretty good handful. Look at those reapers. We've got 3 there. Those are wonderful. We've got some scorpions down in here. Let's grab those. Got one over here. Grab those real quick. We'll go ahead and take some of these ghosts off of here. I think that's a nice little batch. While I go look for other things to pick, we've got a new member to this community. Lizzie is new to this community and comes to us from the UK. She's building out her deep mulch allotments. Your setup is terrific and it shows us a lot of great ideas. Thank you for sharing and welcome to this community. Lizzie, that was wonderful. And if everybody would hit the like button, show everybody how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their garden, it would also tell YouTube to push this out to more people that would like to learn how to garden. Where it looks like the cherry tomato is starting to produce low again, it's not. These are suckers that didn't get supported and they've kind of fallen over, but they're producing tomatoes. Let's get these low ones. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at another one of our friends. We met Scott and Virginia a couple years ago through their fabulous lotus garden. And of course, they're growing the usual suspects. Their beans look great. Everything else is coming along really, really well. Scott, Virginia, your lotus is still just breathtaking, and I'm really glad you stopped by to share what's going on in your garden this summer. We're still getting some really nice tomatoes, and while I go ahead and look for some more, let's go take a look at Walter's garden. It's been a little while since we've seen him. The last couple weeks, Walter has been fighting stink bugs, white flies, and 100+ heat indexes in his small deep mulch garden. He's really had to prune up his beans and his cucumbers. Cut and drop, well, that's the deep mulch. He still has some good growth. and is looking forward to the cooler weather. The bugs haven't really hurt his okra or his tomatoes. He pruned those tomatoes on purpose. He's still getting some nice harvests. And as it cools down, I'll bet everything else kicks in a little bit more. Thank you, Walter. Keep us posted. Walter, you're not the only one fighting bugs. Check out these blister beetles. Now this Dawn neem oil, it's a contact spray. You gotta see them, and I can see them. They're going everywhere. I'd vacuum these up, but they run pretty fast. I invite you to become one of the friends of this channel. Help us motivate others that might want to learn how to garden. All you have to do is send in a picture now and again. There's no obligation. We've got volunteer butternut squash over here. It's pretty much died back. But we also have a volunteer cantaloupe right here. That just popped off. I didn't even know that was there. Flower where you root. And as the summer progresses, things are going to start looking kind of, look at this. I didn't know this was here either. But as some of the things in your garden start to die back, others are starting to come on. I got a nice zucchini. The peas we just planted and we're getting on a trellis, they're coming up fine. And these will last well into the fall. A lot of this stuff is on their own time, and they will die back. And we got another round of corn, beans, beets, carrots right here in our little chaos garden, along with volunteer turmeric and more volunteer amaranth and volunteer tomatoes. Flower where you root. And where the one round of cucumbers are dying off, the next round is coming on really well. Starting to trellis. We should have cucumbers for the fall. And then we got a bunch of volunteer bok choy and another volunteer amaranth coming up, along with the squash. Saturdays really are my favorite day of the week. Lazy day in the garden, but I also get to go to you and celebrate what's happening in your garden. You can do this too. And I do invite you to become a member of this group. Help motivate others how to grow a garden. I got tired of weeding, so I came up with this mixed mulch method. Now, we got volunteers producing as much as the stuff we put in the ground. It's always amazing to me how his garden works, and I just tend it, and look at what I get paid with. You can do this too. Till next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.